Students, today inshallah we're going to start with a new lesson, language development. Students book page number 57. So everyone please go and open your students book on page number 57. Here we are going to start with the first exercise, which is the language development. So here exercise number 1, complete this dialogue. As you see here we have a dialogue between Jamil and Hakim. So we are going to complete the dialogue with these words: some, any, a lot, a little, much, or many. And as we discussed before, these are quantity words. We have discussed and explained this lesson before. So here, as you see, before we start, usually after so we use either many or much. Many or much. Look here at these two examples. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have seen so many people. So with so we used here many and so much. And also here with the negative in the question form, we usually use any with negative in the questions. Look here. I don't have any money. So this is negative. There aren't any boys. Also this is negative. Do you have any questions? Here we used any here with a question. So we use any with both, either with a question or negative. Now let's start with the dialogue here. Do you know an institution called the CAFL, Hakim? Yes, I know about this organization. I know what? I know some or any or much or little or a lot. Let's see the answer here. I see a lot about this organization, or I know a lot about this organization. Jamil, can you give me information about it? Information. He doesn't want to know all the information. He only wants to know some information. Who works in it and what do they do? Hakim, so people. So here, as we said before, with so we use either many and much. And as you see here, people is a countable noun. So with countable noun, we usually use many. And the answer here, so many people joined the organization since its foundations in 2011. Its main purpose is to encourage unity and teamwork in society. Volunteers establish a cultural and social bond to work together and help and support others. There are almost 15,000 volunteers helping out. Jamil, thank you so. And look here at the example, so what? So the answer here, so much. Look here, I didn't have any idea, because here is negative, and we said here with negative, usually we use any. I didn't have any idea about this organization before. Hakim, help from friends is always useful. Some help from friends is usual or always useful. Let's go to the next slide. The next slide here, as you see, we have here ask and answer question using how much or how many, and also to answer the questions by using the quantity words: a few, not many, not much, a little, or a lot. Before we start with these questions, I will give you a hint or a clue here. How many usually is used with a question and countable nouns, a question form, and countable noun. Look here. How many books do you read a day? Books is a countable noun. How many? And here how many is used with a question. How much usually is used with a question and uncountable nouns. How much time? Here time is uncountable noun, and here we used how much with the question form. Now look here, we have a list of sentences that we are going to make questions by using how many and how much. Then we will answer them by using the quantity words: a few, not many, not much, a little, or a lot of. Let's go now to the first questions. Books a month. So here I form the questions. Books do you read a month? So here we have books. It is a countable noun, and usually with countable noun we use how many. So the answer here, how many books do you read a month? And I will give you here some suggested answer, which is I read a lot of books. Yes, كثير. Okay, let's second the questions. chocolate do you eat a week? Chocolate do you eat a week? And chocolate is uncountable now, and with uncountable noun usually we start the question with how much. And here, how much chocolate? Yes, here the answer, I don't eat any chocolate. Look here, I used any because it is a negative question. I don't eat any chocolate. The third question, pizza do you have a month? And here pizzas is a countable noun. Pizzas, it ends with s, it is a plural noun. So we are going to start the questions with how many. How many pizzas do you have a month? And I have here a suggested answer, which is I have a few pizza. Now here I want you, we have here a homework that you are going to answer and send the answers to me please back. Do the rest of the sentences as model answers, as these questions and answers. I want you to do the rest of the sentences, which is D, E, F, and G. So do these sentences, make a question by using how many and how much, then make a suggested answer. اعمل لي جواب مقترح لكل سؤال, then you send them back. ابعت لي إياهم مرة تانية الإجابات. Let's go to the next slide. In this exercise, it is related to the vocabulary exercise. كلمات مفردات. So the phrases in column B are clues. Look here, we have 2 clues for each word. 2 hints, تلميحين أو جملتين مفتاحيات. A piece of paper relating to money, and here the word starts with C, so it is a piece of paper relating to money. So it is a piece of paper that we usually use instead of money. بدل المصاري, what is it? It says check. Look, number 2 here, a soldier in battle, first aid. So he is a soldier which gives first aid and starts with M, as we discussed in the previous lesson of the Red Crescent. Who is this man? He is a medic. Number 3, relating to hospital, a kind of vehicle. A car is a vehicle, a bus is a vehicle, a ship is a vehicle, and also a train is a vehicle. So a vehicle that usually stop in front of the hospital and start with A. So this is ambulance. Number 4 here starts with E, relating to money. Also here it is relating another word for receive, to receive money. So when I work, I receive money. When I work, I receive money by the end of the month. So here it starts with E. It is a verb which is earn. When I work, I earn money. Here finally number 5 starts with V. So he is a person. So this is a person. It's relating to helping without being paid. That means for free, without money. Who is that man who works without money? He is a volunteer. Go now to the exercise or student's book, page number 58. It is a crossword puzzle. Page number 58, crossword puzzle. As usual, here we have a cross, which is horizontally, أفقي, and down, which is vertically, عمودي. Yes. Here let's start things belonging to a person. Number 1 here, which is start with the letter P. Things belonging to a person, like my car, my house, my things, all of these we call them possessions. Number 2, a person who freely offers to take part in something or undertake a task. Who freely offers, that means without money or without a paid of money. So look here, number 2, and it starts with V. Who is that man who works without money? He is a volunteer. Number 3, someone who has a lot of money but spends too little. Who is that man? What a man who has a lot of money and spends too little money. Do you remember the miser's final wish, that story? Yes, he is a miser. And here the state of non-supporting either side in an argument or war. To not support any side of the war. Not with this side and not with this side. So this is starts with N here. It is neutrality. Now let's go to the down sentences. عمودي. Number 5, to take something from someone and return it after having used it. So, for example, when I go to the library and take book, then I will return it back. Here we have it starts with B. This action is called borrow. Borrow. To borrow money or to borrow a book from the library. Formal celebration of particular event. It is a formal celebrations. Or what do we do usually in a celebration or in an occasion? Do you remember the funeral or in a wedding party? We call it a ceremony. Ceremony. Number 7, help, assistance, or support. Help. To give help. Like the Red Crescents usually provide help, which means, look here, it starts with A. It is aid, aid. And finally, number 8, a terrible event that causes a great damage. Terrible event, for example, like earthquake or like volcano. It is a terrible event which starts with D, and it is disaster. Earthquake is a disaster. Volcano is a disaster. Corona nowadays is a disaster. Yes, here we have a quiz that you are going to answer and then send the answers back to me. Yes, and here we have, as you see, we have here 5 marks for the first questions and 5 marks for the second questions. The first questions here is complete the questions with how many or how much. How many or how much. Number 1, look here, we have 5 sentences. In the 5th sentence here we have 2 parts. So this is a bonus one for clever and smart students. Try to solve this one. It is a tricky. Trick, yes. Question number 2, complete the sentence with the correct words. I give you your miser, medic, volunteer, aid, and disasters. To complete the sentence here with the correct words. After you finish doing this quiz, please send the answers to me so I can put you the marks. Thank you very much for listening. See you soon. Hope that you are going to be okay, you and your family. God bless you all.